Alright, good morning. Well, actually, good afternoon, class. I waited a little bit just to see if I can get any other comments or questions on these two parts, 11.7 and 11.8. I got two questions. I got one on the 11.7. I'm going to work on problem number 10. And then I had a question on 11.8, problem number 12 on the homework. So I'm going to work those out right now. Let's start off with homework 7, problem number 10. Alright, we're working with cylinder, and this is a whole volume chapter. So for cylinder, we have the volume is equal to pi, and you can use 3.14 for pi, times the radius squared times the height of the cylinder. Remember, the height of the cylinder is going to be the space between the two bases. So if we look at number 10, here is one circular base, here is another circular base, okay? And that means this is your height. So I have my height, 9.5. What I need to find out is, I need to find out from the center to the edge. I need to get this guy. I need to get the radius. Well, here's what happens is they give us this diagonal that goes from one bottom part of the cylinder to the top edge of the other side, and you have this height here. Guess what? The line that's drawn straight across, that is your diameter. And your radius is your diameter divided by 2. So I need to find out this piece right here. Well, if I tear that triangle out, I know this is 9.5. I know this is 19.3. So we have a right triangle. We can use a squared plus b squared equals c squared to solve for this missing piece. This, your hypotenuse, will always be your c, so it doesn't really matter. Let's say this is a and this is b. We already know the formula, so we're going to go x squared plus 9.5 squared equals 19.3 squared. X squared, and then we'll do the 9.5 squared. That gives me 90.25 is equal to 19.3 squared, which is 372.49. Then we gotta take this guy away from both sides. So I'm left with x squared equals 282.24. We got to get rid of the power of 2, so we know we got to square root, not divide, square root. If I square root both sides, my answer ends up being 16.8. 16.8, guess what? That's my diameter. And if I want to know the radius, then it's 16.8 divided by 2, which is 8.4. So we just fill in the volume equals, and I'm just going to put in 3.14 for pi, this is pi, times the radius squared, which is 8.4 squared, times the height, 9.5. Your answer, if done correctly, should result in 2104.80. If you used pi, then it would look like this. Pi times 8.4 squared times 9.5. It will look like this: 2105.87. This is if you used pi. Alright, so we're going to work on now homework 8, and I believe it is question number 12. So let me access that. There it is. Bring it up here. Question number 12. That was a good one, but it's kind of like a composite figure when you were doing the area of composite figures where you had to split up the figure into smaller pieces. This one you have a triangular pyramid on top, and you have a triangular prism on the bottom. So you have to find the volumes of both of those and then add them. So let's consider this guy on the bottom. This is number 1. This guy on top. This is number 2. So volume of a pyramid. This is volume of a. Let's hold on. Let me see if I can do this a little bit better. We'll put volume and we'll do pyramid. The equation for that is 1/3 B. This is base area times the height. And this is height of pyramid. This is for the pyramid. This is number 2. This is on top. If I'm gonna do the volume of a prism, of a triangular prism, we just need to get this is base area, and then we gotta multiply it times h, which is the height of prism. That height of prism is between the two bases. All right, so let's get these done. Let's concentrate on the pyramid who's on top. We need to find out the big B. The H. Well, if we look at the actual picture, we know that the entire height of the whole thing is 24, which means this piece right here, we know because it's the same as this one, is 10. So that means the height of the pyramid on top is 14. 24 minus 10. So we have the height. Now, what we need to do is we need to find the big B, the base area. We need to find the area of this triangle right here. If we find him, we're going to find the other B as well, because they're attached together. They share that base. Alright, so big B, notice, because it shares this base with this base, we have a right triangle here. So this is a right triangle. If I were to tear that out, someone like that, it says this is 12, it says this is 9, it says there's a right triangle here. So if I want to know, actually I don't even need to know. This is a right triangle. This is my height, this is my base. Perfect. So big B, 1/2 times base times height. This is of a triangle. So 1/2 9 times 12 equals 54. Yay. So big B here is 54. Alright, so we fill in the pyramid. The volume of the pyramid is equal to 1/3 times 54 times 14. This is equal to 252. So we have this volume here. Okay, so let's go to the bottom. We're looking at the triangular prism. Well, because we found out this area right here, or the big B for the pyramid, well, we know the big B already. So we know this is 54. So we have big B, 54. So now let's look at the height. Well, those two highlighted areas that I just highlighted, those are your bases. That means that this distance right here, this is the height of the prism. So we just put that in. So my volume of the prism, or the base prism of that figure, is going to be 540. Well, these two we add together. This will give you your volume total. So add 540 to 252 and you should get a total of 792 feet cubed. Hopefully this helped. Thank you for the questions, and this should be the last assignment besides the video that I asked you guys to put on for this week. For the 6 weeks, I'll start taking away, I'll drop down the lowest to the highest 4 minimum, or the quiz grades, and 3 test grades. Those of you that did not do the 2-hour IXL to make up for the kite project, please do so. I'm going to check IXL within the next few days to see how many of you have done those 2 hours. That was up that week of the kite project, but I understand things are tough and I can't really give you another test, so I'm giving you the chance to get on IXL, put in those 2 hours, so you can at least recoup a 0 from those tests, from that kite project grade if you have a 0 there. And you can get a 70 at least, so you pass. Any questions, feel free to put a private comment or contact me on Google Hangouts. Hopefully you guys are doing well.